Welcome back. Now, ActionSA wants smaller parties to join forces with and kick the ANC out of power in the eThekwini metro. The party says the ANC has failed to deliver quality services to residents. They say in some parts of the city, some people are still without water and proper houses. Now, eNCA's Nqobile Madlala is following that story for us, and she joins us now live. Nqobile, this is what political parties such as the ActionSA is saying about the city of eThekwini, a lack of service delivery. What are residents telling you?
Well, ActionSA telling us that it's time that the small parties actually come together and formulate a leadership that will prioritize people on the ground. And they're saying that it's time that everyone puts their differences on the side and make sure that they save eThekwini municipality. You'll know that eThekwini has been suffering a lot after the floods. A lot of communities are still without, water. In fact, Masego, where I'm standing as we speak, the community that you see behind me is one of those communities that are still affected about water. We do understand that in this community specifically, schools are currently not active. We do know that the clinic at this point is also not working. This community has decided that they take to the streets because they are not being heard. And this is what ActionSA is speaking about, saying that people need to be heard, but they can be heard from the fact that the minority decides to work together because they do have the majority vote. So I'm going to bring in some of the community leaders to speak to us about the issues. Baba, please, will you come closer to me? Let's talk about the issues that the community is facing. We understand that the clinic, the school currently is not working, and the community has decided to take to the street.
Sibonge sis, inkinga esinayo kahle kahle amanzi ezikoleni zethu lezi ezivaliwe, nema-toilet omgodi asetshenziswa izingane, nekhishi elinebudget eyayiphume ngo-2015 kwathiwa khona into ezokwenzeka esikoleni ukushintsha into ye-infrastructure, but manje u-2023 of which kuno 8 years okhona la kukhona umuntu awadiwe ukuthi azolungisa isimo esikoleni. Namhlanje sisibeke la. Enye into yesibili besicelile kuma department kamasipala njengo roads no water ukuthi aba-attend i-issue yethu yalamanzi akhandwayo la kona uIso ngaphakathi khona umngeni nedamu amanzi bayawathatha bawadlulisele eDurban Heights, but kubantu laba kususwa kubona amanzi abanawo amanzi. Nemigwaqo yethu yonakele, izikole ivuliwe, izingane ezisengozini, ibhasi ayikwazi ukulanda izingane. So ilezo zinto nje sesicela ukulungisela zona ngokusheshsha. So abaphenduli-ke ifikile i-district ngomsombuluko odlulile kwenye kuyona i-unrest le, bathembisa ukuthi u-MEC uMbali Fraser uzoba nathi uku-address i-issue yasezikoleni, but akukho kwenzakalayo. Namanje siyabathola ucomrade uSipho Hlomuka uthi sekuyi-plane khona abathinta abama-officials. Siyacela la bekhona ukuthi banyakaze ukuze abantu bakwazi ukuyophumula emakhaya benazo iy'mpendulo.
Mangabe uthi baba ucela benyakazi, ngabe anizosuka la until befike?
Injalo nje into kahle kahle bakhona bomthetho la ukuzobhekisana nesimo. Asilwi namuntu, asizobulala lutho, kodwa akukho kuzonyakaza ekliniki, akukho kuzonyakaza esikoleni, asisuki futhi bengakafiki. So inhloso yethu nje ukuthi sibalinde, sobekezele, sibalindile. Siyabonga.
Well, I want to bring you in, sir. I know that you are the youth in this community, and I understand that you also have your own businesses to run. When a community is at a standstill like this, tell me about how affected you are.
So, yeah, thank you so much. So we are really affected by this poor service delivery because one, we're running a businesses, we've got schools, we've got activities that we are doing with schools, which we are unable to do because of this. So obviously schools were reopened, but for the past 2 weeks, schools were not active because of there's no water, there's no electricity. The roads are also damaged to the floods. They were never been fixed, and we're unable to transport the kids. So us as an organization, we're planning to do a school debate with other schools. So we're unable to start the preparations of that because students are at home, they are not at school because of such matters. So we really want our leaders to intervene and come up with a possible solution so that we can end this.
And I mean, as someone who lives here, do you know why the roads were not fixed since the floods?
So, well, yes, I stay here, but it's hard for me to answer because I don't know.
Did they say anything to the community, though?
No. So obviously, several officials came during that time, April, May. We started to seeing some movements I think it was October, November, they started to fix the pipes for water, but the roads, we've never seen any. So now during this strike, we've seen the protest, we've seen them, Department of Transport vehicles drove past by, they are saying they are inspecting the damages so that they'll start with their work.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. Well, Maseko, this is a community that wants service delivery, and it seems that service delivery has not been delivered to them. If you listen to the gentleman that was speaking to me, who's a community leader, he's saying that there's various things that needs to be looked at. Now, just to give you a background, KwaNgqolosi was one of those areas where there was quite a lot of water that was being taken from here past this area, providing for eThekwini municipality. You'll remember we were actually here with Minister Mkhunu, and he did speak to some of these people saying that they were going to look into the water issue and that they were going to fix the water. There's quite a lot of rocks that were pulled down here during the floods. Some of the community members here lost their families and so on. But they're saying that months later, most of the promises that were made by the officials that came into this area have not been fulfilled. And this is why they've decided then to take to the streets. And that, of course, continues, as you can see behind me. But we do know that the police are here. They are monitoring the situation, and they are trying to communicate with some of the MECs here. The community is trying to communicate with some of the MECs in KwaZulu-Natal, and they want them to come here.
All right, Nqobile Madlala, with that report, let's leave it there for now.